But we put in a section to fund some research projects for clean coal technology, and I'm going to read part of the section, Section 402, Project Criteria. This is actually from the law, Public Law 10958. To be eligible to receive assistance under this subtitle, a project shall advance efficiency, environmental performance, and cost competitiveness well beyond the level of technologies that are in commercial service or have been demonstrated on a scale that the Secretary determines is sufficient to demonstrate that commercial service is viable as of the date of enactment of this Act. Well beyond the level of technologies that are in commercial service. That's Section 402A. If you come over a little bit further on in the section, and you get into how to actually apply it, and subtitle I, applicability, no technology or level of emission reduction solely by reason of the use of the technology or the achievement of emission reduction by one or more facilities receiving assistance under this Act shall be considered to be adequately demonstrated for purposes of Section 111 of the Clean Air Act, 42 U.S. Code 7411. And that is the New Source Performance Review section of the Clean Air Act. So it's explicitly clear that in funding these demonstration projects, whatever their level of CO2 reduction is, that is not supposed to be used to set the New Source Performance Review standards. Yet when your agency put out the proposed regulation on those standards, they referred to these projects, not one of which is in operation, none of which are even close to being operable except for the plant down in Mississippi, and it's behind schedule and over budget. Now, you are an intelligent woman. I think you're an honest woman. I think you're an able administrator. How can, in good conscience, you allow these new emission standards to be promulgated when they're based on technology that hasn't been demonstrated yet, and by law says you can't use these emission standards from these these demonstration projects because they're not in commercial operation? I mean, Mr. Whitfield is agog, and I have to join him.
Well, Congressman, our understanding of EPAC is that EPA shouldn't be relying solely on our determination of what is the best system of emission reduction under 111, just solely on the basis of EPAC-funded projects. But we can look at them in the context of a larger and more robust technical and scientific record, and that's essentially what we're doing. We know that CCS has been used and is being used at the commercial scale in other industries. It has been for many years. The technology is available. Each component of that technology has been in use, has been tested, and is viable. And so we are looking at these larger projects that are full-scale power plants